Traveling to Hanamura, ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Start, of course, damage boosting the Ash for dynamite damage. I don't really like this spot too much because I have the door where I can be shot and from the window if like Genji climbs up. So as soon as she fires that, I reposition. We lose our Lucio fast, so I res that. The fight's just starting, we really need everyone alive. I try to heal Lucio through this, but there's no way I'm out healing a rain charge. So I relocate to where there aren't enemies, but I'm the only healer now. Most of us are dead. So at this point it's just a stall game. Burn as much time as we can. Just not a lot, but you know, I'm last dead, so that's pretty good. Especially because we'll all spawn before they push to next point.
Good as new.
Objective lost. Never stop
I
fighting.
figured we didn't have enough heals, so I should switch. I should have gone Moira here though, because my aim with Ana isn't actually that good. But you see I just missed 2 shots there. I'll miss several more. I do get a nice anti, but I have to reload right there, so I should have been watching Yeet asleep, which I do a lot as Ana. It doesn't mean anything. And then somebody has to touch point. Our Tracer's still alive though, so they're going to be able to stall this out quite a bit. I'm proud of this moment as well. I save our Ashe and she's able to finish off the Genji. I missed the sleep. Yep, dead again. Really, if I want to reposition to the right side, I should be coming out that right door. So I realized that, so I reposition going out the right door this time. I don't want to die to bomb, but I want to save my Ryan if I can, but he's antied. Miss the sleep again. Most of my sleeps don't mean much. Not super great. Blade comes out, so I died to that. With my... And then a clutch bob from our Ashe.
You're not getting rid of me that.
With,
Thank you.
because I had Zarya on point, I should have stayed back here. A blade probably still would have killed me, but I would have been further away from teammates.
Watching your back. Go.
And I'm actually hitting healing shots, so that's good. Nice anti on the Rhine. I don't know why I tried to sleep the D.Va, because again, doesn't matter. I want to nano Rhine here, but he's antied. So I don't want to waste nano. And then at that point, after Rhine dies, we've won the fight, so I still have nano for next one. So it worked out.
You're covered.
I miss healing him, but he'll be alive. I want to heal kind of our top off our Ashe here, but I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I got a Discord call. I think that's when it came in. If not, I don't know what I was doing. Just making sure everyone's topped off here. I want to let our Lucio do a lot of healing here because I already have ult. Pretty sure I checked that and he didn't have his, so. And our Rhine's antied, so I'm just waiting for that to wear off because I might as well not waste shots. It's okay, we've kind of held them back. Totally missed that Reaper. Again, I should have switched Moira because my aim on Ana isn't that good.
You're going to be okay.
Right here I'm really thinking, hey, I want to nano Bob, but then I was like, ooh, those went out. So I'm just going to help follow up with that.
Watching your back.
As Ana, I don't track ults. I don't track ults very well. I don't track their ults very well with Mercy, but I do it less so with Ana because I'm trying to focus enough to actually, you know, shoot things because I have to aim.
Defend the objective. Very well.
And I don't want to join our Rhine there because I don't want to be in the stairs because I'm pretty sure they have ults they're going to use, so.
Watching your back.
But we win that fight, so we're all good. We did use several ults and they're gonna beat. I think our Lucio wanted to save our Rhine there, but because we lost the fight, I remember sitting here thinking, now they're going to have a free blade, because I knew they had blade ready, and after he beat it, I was like, that blade's gonna come out and it's going to hurt. But so everyone's just kind of repositioning, tanks are respawning. I know they're going up top because I've seen someone go up.
So, I'll keep you healed.
I slept the shield. Good job, me. At least I kind of hit something.
I have your back.
Fire at will. Nerf this.
And someone's on point, nobody else is. And there's that blade I knew was coming. Ash and I are still alive, but it's not going to last long. I look down because I want to nade, but it's still on cooldown, so I just died a blade. And that's the end of the round. But we did hold them
More than
to
that.
51 seconds, which is pretty good.
Score 0 to 2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
So I'm going to go Mercy here because I noticed last round our Ashe was doing really well, and some of those one Bob on point was super nice, and so I want to build Bob as quick as possible if I can. I also am aware we have Baptiste, so our tanks should be fine in that healing department.
Attackers incoming.
I'm taking care of them.
Defend of
So mostly I'm trying to just pocket this Ashe as much as possible.
Ich bin down. You've got this.
They take TP, but it's destroyed, and so our team's separated. And I didn't take it because I want to stick with our Ashe as much as possible. Trying to heal my second healer, because it's really important that he stays alive. I'm gonna save our Zarya's charge.
I could use some assistance.
Yeah, right there I was...
Where does it end?
So I realized... Oh, it's a full 20 seconds.
My teleporter is online.
So here, I realize our Zarya's low, and our Bap either can't heal her or isn't, because I noticed they're all critical, and so I was like, okay, I gotta help Zarya. Because even if you have a Bap who you trust, who you know is going to give you high heals, if both tanks are critical and the enemy's pushing in, you can help them. So I know Ashe is behind me, and I have the ledge. As long as I don't fall off this high ground, I'll be okay. So I attach my beam to Zarya, which will stay connected for a little bit, and then she falls back, and I see our Rhine is in battle with the other Rhine. So I switch to healing our Rhine. And then I notice, oh, Bap's got Rhine covered, so I switch over to Zarya. And Zarya was lower, but it was mostly at that point. I was like, Bap's got Rhine.
Eyes on the bad guys.
I'm staying in cover because I know a Genji's there, but I'm going to help the team because Bap died. So I res Bap and fall back to my pocket. Orion's asking for more heals, so I just add a little bit to that. Huge shatter from Orion, so our damage boost our Ashe. And that's just for the fun of it, because I already have ult. So
Affirmative.
Objective A captured.
we do almost have Bob, and we're planning on teleporting to the left.
Teleporter online.
This time, we do all go as a team through the TP. Works pretty well. And I want to relocate and stick with my Ashe, who's taking high ground.
Let me get
I hear the Reaper behind, so I'm trying to kind of position because I don't know exactly where he is. And here I Valk a little late. Because I should have been healing our tanks through that. Bob's burned. And I want to get a pick here, but I should have abandoned it partway through and flew back to Ashe because we had lost that fight. But I didn't. So I died for it.
Verstanden.
So we need to regroup, but our Rhine took the TP too fast and he's alone.
I'm here.
So Bap's going to jump in to help him and I'm going to follow. But it's too late, our Rhine's dead, so I fall back. Unfortunately, the lamp is burned and we lose both Zarya and Bap as well. Our Ashe does get a pick, but we can't push in with it because we're waiting for respawns. So at this point I'm just damage boosting, hoping to get a bomb. Sooner rather than later.
Where does it hurt? Damage boost.
We're
Engage.
repositioning here. Also this game, tanks and healers were in voice chat, but our DPS were not.
Damage enemy. Healing stream engaged.
Since I'm not with my pocket, I'm just damage boosting tanks when I can. I miss all those shots. She was antied, so even if I was faster, it wouldn't have helped. And so I'm falling back. We've lost this fight. But I don't want to abandon my pocket. She's still up there and not dead, so I reposition to be with them. Which sometimes is the better choice for me to fall further back, because really
Boost engaged.
a Mercy is only valuable, well, anyone's only valuable if you're alive. At this point, I'm suspecting they probably have Shatter, so I'm trying to play around the corner and kind of further away from my team. But it's blocked and successfully shut down. Really good. I don't want to Valk here because we've already used ults, but unfortunately that will get me dead. I should have super jumped off the Bob or flown to high ground. But that's what we get anyway. I want to Valk so I get to my team faster because it looks like we're going to win, but we lost. Yeah, it was so a waste of Valk because they all died, which is unfortunate, but as far as ults go to waste, at least it was Valk and not like Beat or Nano. I figure I get it back fairly quickly, so I'm upset. I'm like, dang, I just wasted that, but I figure it'll be okay.
Stream engaged.
We just need one more tick here, so I'm waiting to see where all my teammates are. Looking for my pocket, but she's not up here yet. I know Ashe is playing really well, so I res that, but we lost our tanks and our Baptiste, so I want to fall back. I get out of that alive, barely. And our Tracer's still blinking around down there. I'm pretty sure they're going to die. Bap's with the tanks, so I go damage boost our Ashe. Trying to stay in cover.
60 seconds.
I want to heal our bat here.
Let's get you that outcome.
And I see Diva's coming for our Ashe. So I will reposition to our tanks because she's fallen to low ground and won't be as helpful. She successfully gets the pick. I'm going to help her. And then Valk here because she bobs and we don't have a lot of time. I go res our Rhine because we've lost both tanks, which is huge here. Because now we have our Rhine and Tracer on point. I'm going to take high ground, so I'm kind of out of the way, and just pour every ounce of healing I have into our tank while we wait for people to come back. Then everyone comes back. I do not want to die to bomb. Zarya needs help, so I want to help that. It takes a little bit to get me for my beam to latch on, and I'm damage boosting my pocket again. Kind of hovering in between because I want to be able to help. And then I'm healing my anti-bat here because I honestly almost never count the 4-6 seconds. Well, I don't know because I never count them. I don't count the seconds for anti. I should start doing that, and you start healing the last second, so immediately you can switch and it starts healing them. But here we are anyway.
Ready.
This time I realize we're playing a Lucio, so I'm going to go Moira. So we have more heals, and I don't have the aiming problem of Anna. You want to TP again? I think I call out behind. Yeah, and so our Zarya, you see, turned and looked. She knows who's back there too. We're gonna TP though and all go together. I fall accidentally, but I have fade for the anti. Unfortunately, our other people don't. And our team will lose this fight. But I'm still alive and Tracer's still alive. So I figure so Tracer's died, but I was like, okay, I'm going to have to last touch this, try not to be spotted because I don't want to be hunted down. Then I notice our Reaper's TP'd and I was like, okay, we can do this. So I'm waiting about 5 seconds here, going to heal our Reaper and get on point. To destroy lamp, but I really should be looking over to my right and seeing who else needs healing. I want to heal our ball here, but I also don't want to challenge. I don't want to challenge the Reaper too much. See, I didn't get shattered, but I still got too close to his hammer. I could have stayed alive if I backed up more, but our Tracer will pop off here, and we'll get the point. It's just my walk back.
This will heal you.
We will get a nice pick on the Ana here. We want to pick off the Reaper. I don't remember if he dies here. No, he definitely, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Okay, our Tracer got him. I'll ult for the push in so I can heal. And I want to try and not get bombed. I got booped, but I'm still fine. I'm just using healing orbs liberally here because it's important that as much as our team as possible stays alive. But we won't get this point. But pretty good because we got first point already. So we just need to hold first, and if not, we're looking at a loss or a draw. So I'm pretty proud of that round. We got the touch in, we got the point. I'm back on Mercy, and I'm just gonna pocket my pocket. Who is on Torb this time. So I'm thinking, okay, Torb is alright type of damage boost, but I also have a soldier. So I want to stick with soldier. It's not going to work because I'm going to abandon him and he's going to die. So that's unfortunate. I'm damage boosting here, but I'm trying to keep an eye on the rest of the team. A BAP's with them, and then I hear Reaper. I make the call out, Reaper's behind you, soldier, but soldier's not in chat, he doesn't hear it. And I abandon him because I don't want to die to Reaper. He does get the pick on Reaper, and I want to fly back up, but I can't see him. So he'll die to Genji. My soldier angrily types mercy in the chat, and I was like, I know I abandoned you, but like, I didn't want to die. Like, this is a situation where I cannot die. So we almost have Molten Core, so I'm going to damage boost Torb. I want that Molten Core as fast as possible. So I'm checking this every once in a while. Do we have core? Do we have core? Okay, we have core. And then I'm checking whose ult is next, whose ult is next. So I start damage boosting our Rhine because he's at 66. Rhine's not a super great damage boost target though until the enemy actually pushes into us. They're antied, so I'm damage boosting. Good job, me. And because I rezzed our Rhine, our BAP did die, so I'm the only healer. So we don't have a lot of heals here. So I'm trying to kind of juggle in between and stay out of range. Valking as soon as I get it, because yeah, we don't want anyone to die here. I'm staying corners, high ground. Can't quite reach him there, but you can see I damage boost him. He's not full health here because he is doing damage. And we win. So really good. I'm really proud of how I played here. Didn't have a lot of deaths. So yeah, really proud of this one, Hanamura. As you can see, I had a interesting day. I don't think all of them are on here. I had 3 losses in a row. I think these are 2 of them and there was one underneath. And it was super unlucky because literally all 3 of them had DCs. I played rather well for them. There were of course mistakes. I'm literally a silver gold mercy, so like there were definitely mistakes. But I'm proud of how I played. Overall, I think I played rather well. I think it's Oasis here. The moment yes. This one also had a DC. Our Arisa started lagging out. And then left the game. Joined back, lagged out, left the game. Yeah, didn't go well. Is it? Yeah, it's this one.
Round 1, capture.
I'm proud of how I played though, and I feel like our team did really well for being down a person, actually. This one I am grouped with our Moira. I was damage boosting her because I really want that damage orb the boost, but I didn't get it. She falls and dies. I want to res, but I know they're all on team. Okay, they're not looking, so I'm going to res and fall back behind cover. Every time, and then I was like, Arisa, what are you doing? And I realized our Arisa's lagging. It's not going to work. I don't know, I was trying to shoot him. I missed all the shots, and I have team behind me, so. I figure, well, Arisa at least is ultimate charge for me. Trying to help our team, keep my healer up. But Arisa is not my first priority because she's lagging and can't actually contribute. She's just free ult charge. And in a moment, our Arisa's gonna lag out and actually leave the game. But because they were moving and did technically contribute a little bit, it won't cancel this match. So I fall back. I was like, we're not winning this, and I want to stay alive. I'm giving away our tracer's position, kind of sad, but. And then damage boosting coalescence, which we shouldn't have used because we're down a person and we have to go in all together. And now we're down Moira, and our tracer I think's gonna, yeah, our tracer's in the back, but I don't think they make it much longer. I'm trying to damage our Cassidy here because I want that Pharah dealt with. But Cassidy's receiving a lot of pressure from other people as well. I'm gonna bother the Pharah, but I don't have good enough aim. My goal there wasn't to kill her. You can see I quickly abandoned that and go to my teammates. I just wanted to bother her. I would have been cool if I killed her, but like I knew it was gonna happen. I'm gonna go for the res here, but we were ulted and yeah, so we lose that fight. I'm gonna touch just because I can, but again, we weren't going to win that fight. This one we kind of get it back together. Again, our Arisa's lagging doesn't really count in the fight, but this one goes much better for us. So I'm trying to damage boost our tracer, but she goes too far. I do not want to die here, so I immediately fall back, which means I have quite a lot of beam down time, which is not good, but our Cassidy is good, so it's okay. So I'm gonna pocket our Cassidy here, trying to keep him alive. And then a bunch of people fall and we get point.
Let me get you patched up.
With this, I'm just damage boosting orb when I can, and just kind of we're waiting for the next fight. We're repositioning, seeing where people are. I notice they're pushing left, so I'm gonna fall back a little bit. Just keep an eye on my diva. And here it's more of an active fight. Again, our Arisa's not really there, so I want to damage boost our Kree as much as possible. Gonna res because it's really important that we keep as many people as possible. This is actually my highlight. Not dying. Yeah, I wanted to fall back, but our Risa wasn't in a good spot to fly to. Again, not really in a good spot for anything, but we will lose point here.
The wonders of modern medicine.
So we're all grouping because again, if you don't have all 5, you're not winning. Our Moira's on their own,
Let me get you patched up.
but is coming in to join us, and we lose Tracer. And I'm like, I don't know if we'll win this unless we get a pick, or we lose Met. I'm trying to save our Kree. But yeah, we're not gonna win that. But I have ult. And they just use Tire after already winning the fight. So it's looking a little bit more hopeful. Trying to damage boost, get in an orb, but they're not tossing it. I'm like, please just throw your orb. Our D.Va's pushing in when we're not fully grouped up yet. I'm a little worried about that. But again, I want to damage boost the Kree as much as possible. There, I should have been body blocking because I'm at full health. But I don't, and unfortunately we miss out on Kree's ult. Damage boosting our Cole as much as possible, because why would I not? Keeping our D.Va at least half. And we win this fight, so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to res because she'll be back. So I have res for next fight.
Damage increase.
So we need to win. It's at 83. We basically need to win every single fight that comes. The res is gonna go off, but we do get the Mercy still, so it's good. And then we also get the Pharah. So looking really good. I want to keep my eye on this Kree. He's doing really well. I want to res, but I also know that I need to make sure my team is stabilized before I can, especially because the person who died is Tracer, and Tracer will come back quickly. It's overtime. I know it's 83. We have some time. I am just going to wait and get in last touch. Our Tracer's there, which is good. Doesn't really need to be until last moment, but I'm so proud of this. I come in and res the Tracer as D.Va comes in as well. And then I'm going to get out and help our Kree. Right here, I'm hard pocketing our Kree because their DPS are after him. And because of this, I'm ignoring the rest of my team. So, not the greatest, but yeah, he's gonna die. I'm going to res. I'm stunned, but I still get the res off. And I was like, I need to not be with the majority of my team. Unfortunately, he's going to die again to that junk spam. And I have another ult. D.Va here is our only tank. I want to stabilize her, but she will lose the net. I have another res, so I want to res our D.Va here if I can to get it off. Still somehow alive until right there. Unfortunately, we'll also quickly we'll lose this fight. But overall, for being down a player, we all played really well. I'm very proud of that game. Especially that end was very nice. This one, we also had a lever. I feel like I also played rather well. One of our tanks left. One of our tanks left. They'll come back. So they leave right about here. So mid-second point. And then They come back, and then our other tank DCs because they lose power. The tank I'm still grouped with 3. But yeah, they lose internet. I won't find this out until like 2 hours later, and like I don't know what happened. Internet went out. I was like, yeah, so unfortunate, but
Ready for
sometimes things happen. So I'm like, okay, I want to damage boost Echo here as much as possible. That's my pocket. If she turns out not to do well, I'll switch to someone else. But Echo does quite well here. Our team will eventually kind of fall apart, not only because we're losing people, but because our Echo says that our Ana's not doing their job. They will switch from that to Ana. And I was like, it's not Ana's job to heal you, it's mine. I was like, Ana's gotta be focusing on tanks, so yeah. That pull actually pulled me slightly behind the shield and probably saved my life. But we want to be aggressive here, push up, because so far we have everyone. I'm gonna go back to damage boosting our Echo as much as possible. Trying to keep an eye on my second DPS and my Ana here. The other DPS though that we have hasn't been doing as much that I've noticed, so I really want, and also isn't the best damage boost pocket for me, so I want to stay with Echo if I can. But we get point, so really nice. I missed the fly up with Echo because I just used GA. Unfortunate, but I catch up. I want to kind of play this corner. I don't want to push too far forward. And so you can see I'm trying to stay away. I'm going to get pressured for ball. And then a crit hit from his ult, which is just unfortunate. We've lost both healers to this, so we really just need to fall back and regroup.
Starting over from the beginning. Understood.
I'll come in, but not in time to save him. So I'm just gonna get out.
Damage increase.
He has Blade. I want to keep an eye on him, but he's going flexing. He's going around, so be careful. I figure we can win this, so I'm going to damage boost Blade because he didn't get nano, and I want to get that res. So I res, but we lose our Genji. He hit the bombs. I don't know. I don't think I could have out-healed that because he hit several at once. Still unfortunate. Damage boosting the ult, and then pocketing our Echo again. I am playing back here, so I should be careful, because there I lost sight of Echo. She dies. I don't have res. We use up nano.
Let me get you patched up.
I wanted to get a different angle there to heal, but it's not going to work. This is where other tank DC'd. We're about this point. So the cart's going to stay in this location for a while. So Genji's being dived. I really want to help, but I also don't want to die. So I'm going to fall back to our Ana. Unfortunately, now that we've both fallen back, our Echo doesn't have any support and will also ult. But we just used an ult. Everyone's alive, so we went for the res. But our Echo wouldn't make it through that because I wasn't healing. And this, I just decide we've lost the fight. Our Echo's gone. I'm gonna fall back as much as possible. But I want to keep our Sigma alive here because they're not falling back as far as I wanted to. But our Echo's back, so I'm like, okay, maybe we can do this. We're going to ult so I have longer range. Hopefully keep an eye on our Sigma here. Keep him alive. Praying that he stays alive, and I want to damage boost Blade. A couple misplays here. I went into their group to reposition. That was a bit iffy. Anyway, our other tank's back, and the cart's actually moving again, so that's good. I want to res, but also here I'm like, okay, everyone else is still alive. I can't really afford this res because, you know, I'm gonna res our Ana instead, and I'm gonna die for it. Not immediately, but yeah, Ana and I are occupied with this. And there it is. Because we were occupied, so our tanks weren't getting healed, while they were trying to push into the enemy.
Back in the fight.
Believe it or not, though, we'll actually make it a little bit further. I'm gonna go for this res because we don't have a lot of time. And somebody asked our Genji to switch, so they actually do. It's really nice. Really nice of them. Unfortunately, we've lost our Echo again. Her Echo is playing really well. And yeah, a nice shot from the Hanzo will finish me off. Our Echo was playing really well, but in this second half I noticed that they start dying a lot more. So I actually stopped pocketing them as much. Which probably helps add to their deaths because I'm not pocketing them. But our Echo will get one, our Flux will get one from our Sig. So really nice. I'm gonna expertly get that res, fly up, avoiding the bombs. Unfortunately, not everyone can avoid those. I almost have ult, and I'm going to ult when I get it if we need it. Which I think we do, because it's an overtime, and honestly that touch saved us from finishing right away. I was a little slow on the reaction time of giving out of his high noon. But still didn't die to it, so doing pretty well. I'm trying to stay on the stairs, kind of out of the way, but Cassidy will walk through our tanks to the back and finish me off. But we get point, because Mercy wasn't quite touching for the res, so I'll take it. So at this point, we have everyone here. I'm like, okay, this is probably winnable, right? Well, Echo dies again. I want to res, but also we're not in an active fight here, and with 60 seconds left, I want to keep my res for the end. I'm gonna help our Sig, we lose Ana, and I make the call, fall back, we've lost this fight. So I'm falling back quickly, and then I realize, oh, Sig's not out. What if I can help him out? I can't. But I do get out myself, so. And I almost have ult. I go back to pocketing our elbow. Hopefully they can touch. We don't have time to wait for respawns, so I'm resing that. Unfortunately, because I would have rather kept ult longer. You have to be on point to get that overtime. You can use ults and other things to fly up as fast as I can. Fall back to cover. I really should play cover more often in situations like this. and our Echo will immediately die again. I'm gonna stay a bit alive a bit longer, but doesn't make a difference. So that's round 1. Overall, played pretty well. I should play behind cover more often and keep an eye on other teammates' health besides just my pocket. But we're like, okay, this is winnable. We can do this.
Ready for battle. One.
I'm not quite with the team here because I was checking something, which I shouldn't have been. But now I'm here. We're playing Cassidy and May, so it's looking pretty good. And I want to keep an eye behind me, which honestly I should check more often than I am, just in case. But then I look at their, the enemy team, and I'm like, okay, these guys probably won't flank. They might, but they probably won't. Neither of us can reach our hog, but I want to res him here so we have everyone. Because I know we didn't push it all the way, and I want to stall each point as long as possible. So the ult I'm looking for, I want to damage boost our Cassidy because that's who I was pocketing earlier, who was Echo. And I also want to damage boost our Mei because that Blizzard is going to be really nice. I'll miss the flick onto the DPS. I have res here and I res Mei. I shouldn't have done that. I thought, hey, maybe we can stall point a little bit longer, but I just ended up feeding ults. So I really should not have rezzed that. And I should have been able to tell not to res because we just lost our hog. Our Risa was still respawning. Anna and I were falling back. Yeah, it just was not a good res. And we can't touch point, so we gotta just fall back and regroup. I want to res, and then I'm like, no, that's actually not a very good idea. We need to just continue to fall back because we're down players. Yeah, my call for fallback came a little too late, but yeah, I did not want to push up with our Mei, unfortunately, so we lose her. She does have ult though, so we can hold this point. I'm kind of out in the open here until I go to the stairs. This is a much better position since they're pushing in. I'm gonna fall back, and then I realize, oh hey, those guys aren't actually fully dead. But I'm not gonna fly out and go heal our Kree in the background. It's not gonna happen. The wall's blocking people, and I'm like, okay, we gotta get kicks here. So I pull out my pistol. And then I switch to damage boosting since most of my team is there, and I was missing the shots on the Moira anyway. And I was like, okay, that was actually really good. We need to build another Blizzard. So I'm going to kind of switch my focus and try to damage boost Mei more often now. Because I figure Mei's ult is going to be more important here than Soldier's Visor. He didn't go for me. I was ready to fly away if he went for me, but he didn't, which I'm very glad. And then again, I want to help our Mei. Kind of pushing up a little more than I'm comfortable with since our team's fallen back here, but I want that Blizzard. So we're holding them really well here. I'm gonna go for the res. I should have repositioned behind cover before resing. That res was rushed, and I paid for it. That's a lot of my deaths, actually. It's incorrect positioning and rush stresses. But they'll get points, so we just gotta fall back. Those guys die. I am not going to push forward and try to help. We just gotta regroup.
Your support has arrived.
I'm like, okay, I have ult. We have respawns coming in. We need to get to point.
Heroes never die.
I thought our wrecking ball was going there. Didn't. I'll get stuck in the flux, unfortunately. But we do have ults going out. And we're gonna get some picks. Trying to use the roof, playing behind cover, that was really good. I want to keep our Mei alive. And then that res was available, so I took it. Available and not being watched very well. Unfortunately, Mei will be punched off, and nobody else can touch, so we'll lose. And we were down a player for portions of that. But overall, I feel like I played rather well. I did have several reses that just weren't worth it, though. So, gotta work on that. But I think I did well.